Too much added sugar in your diet can be harmful to your health. We know this, but here's some data to wrap it up. According to the 2020 Dietary Guidelines for Americans, excess sugar can increase the risk for weight gain, diabetes, heart disease, and even cognitive performance as well. In a world filled with sugary sodas and tempting sweets, reducing your sugar intake can be a challenge, but my next guest says you can satisfy your sweet tooth and cut back on the sugar. Registered dietitian Liz Weiss is to the rescue. She's joining me through the screen to share more. Hi, Liz. Great to chat with you.
Good to be here.
So you say the amount of added sugar in the American diet may come as a surprise to some.
Oh, yeah, because it is a lot. On average, adults consume 17 teaspoons of added sugar a day. Teenagers sometimes consume even more, 20 teaspoons of added sugar. And the dietary guidelines recommend that we consume no more than 10% of our daily calories from added sugar. And so if you're consuming a 2,000 calorie diet, that comes to 12 teaspoons. That's the upper limit. The Heart Association wants you to go even lower. So we need to cut back on sugar, but I got to just show you this soft drink. If you were to drink this 20-ounce soft drink, you'd get 65 grams of sugar. I will do the math for you, Brooke. That comes out to 16 teaspoons of added sugar in that one soft drink alone.
So no surprise to know that the #1 source of added sugar isn't what we eat, it's what we drink.
Yeah, soft drinks, fruit drinks, yeah, you bet.
I'm guilty. I'm guilty. I could do better. I'm glad to put it into perspective, though, when you see the sugar actually, spooned out. It is a different impact for sure. There's a few ways we can cut back on our daily sugar intake that you recommend. One is to swap out that drink for something smarter.
Sure. If you combine 100% fruit juice with club soda or seltzer water, you make your own fizzy drink. I also like to use fruits and veggies in baked goods because they're naturally sweet, right? We can add mashed banana to a muffin recipe. It's fantastic. You can use shredded carrot in a carrot cake. I love to make a parfait with Greek yogurt. It's creamy. I use the plain, no added sugar. I add some granola, fresh fruit. It satisfies my sweet tooth. I also recommend people use warming spices, things like cinnamon and cardamom. It adds a little kiss of sweetness to your baked goods. And then cut back on sugar. If your recipe for blueberry muffins calls for a cup of sugar, use 3/4 of a cup. It's okay to cut back.
Just pull it back. I do love that you're acknowledging the craving, though, and that you're giving us kind of those palate tricks to satisfy, because those cravings are real. You've got a low sugar recipe to share now that will help us curb the sugar but still satisfy the craving. We're making gingersnap pumpkin mousse.
Yes, it's a luscious pumpkin mousse. It's low in added sugar, and it is so decadent. So I start out, believe it or not, with cottage cheese that I have pureed up. I've blended up in this food processor. Give it a little pulse there. And so we've got a cup of the cottage cheese. It's a low-fat cottage cheese. You're going to get some calcium, no added sugar, but nice and luscious and creamy. And then to that, I'm adding pumpkin puree. Now, this is not the canned pumpkin pie mix, because that's got a lot of added sugar. It's just the straight up pureed pumpkin. And I'm adding about 3/4 of a cup. And you're going to get good nutrients here, like vitamin A for your immune system. And we all need a good immune system this time of year. Banana. I said I like to add fruits and veggies to my desserts. So we have one banana that I sliced up and I froze it. I let it thaw just for a little bit. I mentioned the warming spices. I've got a half a teaspoon of cinnamon here, just for a nice little hint of sweet, and then maple syrup. Now, I'm adding 2 tablespoons, but this recipe serves 4. So if you do the math, and I do like to do the math apparently today, but if you do the math, it comes out to 1.5 teaspoons of added sugar per serving. Not bad, right?
Not bad at all.
Now, I'm going to give this a little bit of a pulse, and it's going to be loud. So I think what we'll do is I'll show you the finished product in just a moment. But just look how easily this comes together. Too loud for television. So once this all gets combined, this is the finished dish.
Beautiful.
So basically, I love to use these cute little glasses, and it's creamy, it's luscious. And then the quick topping here is gingersnap cookies, only 3 little ones. I've got some seeds. You could use pumpkin seeds or sunflower seeds, and some hemp seeds.
Oh, for a little crunch on top.
Yeah, sprinkle it right on top.
Gingersnap pumpkin mousse. I'm going to be trying that, Liz. That looks delicious. Where can we find more from you?
Yeah, it's on my website, liz'shealthytable.com. I'll put it on the homepage, so come on over and check it out.
Liz's Healthy Table. We'll meet you there. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Thanks so much for
Same
sharing.
to you.